What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with your other host, Project Storm. Storm, how you doing today, good brother?
Yo, actually, I'm doing pretty good, man. There's a lot to talk about, MM2K in chat. Hey, Junior Thanos said, "Let that beat rock, man." I know that beat is fire, but we got to get into the show, man. We've been away for a minute, MM. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good now that we're back. You know, on another SSC podcast, y'all, episode 60. Damn,
yeah, man. Golly.
Episode 60. So I got it's nice outside, man. It's like 70 something degrees. I got the windows open right now. The breeze is coming through the room.
Woo.
I'm also waiting on this package to come in, man.
Yeah. Special delivery.
So I'm out for the summer, man. I don't have to go back to work until the fall, bro. So everything is looking up and up right now. Like Stadia's making big moves and all that, but I don't want to jump the gun and get too far into it. I'll wait for you.
Bruh, you got to forgive me, though. I explain this to people in my 4-hour trilogy or conundrum or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I can't believe you went that long. I'm like, yo, when I saw the 1 hour, I saw the 2 hour mark. I said, yo, my bro is done. He's about to wrap that up. I went and played some PUBG, streamed myself, came back. You were still going, bro.
Yep.
I said, damn.
And in my 4-hour soliloquy, I let everybody know that you know what I'm saying. I guess that was my way of coming back after being on a little hiatus. But yeah, brother, I'm looking forward to talking about these topics. I'm looking forward to even after the show when you go get into your special delivery. I can't wait till the after show, the literal after show, where I think we're going to talk. We're going to brush on it a little bit here, Storm, about our thoughts about Microsoft. Even though this is SSC podcast, we're going to talk about a little bit because a lot of it connects to some stuff that's going on in our community watch segment today. But for the after show, we're going to talk about our personal thoughts of Microsoft's presentation.
Oh, let me say this. That's a wise move. That's a wise decision to make it after show. Because I'm telling you right now, man, MM2K, I got to tell the truth, man. I got to tell the truth about that show. Yeah, so bro. After show might be a perfect place for it, to tell you the truth.
My fault, chat. See, I'm still getting back into the streaming things. I said, shout out to the homie C Pro. Shout out C Pro. Good to see you. My good friend, haven't seen you in a while. I said, shout out to C Pro in panel. And I meant chat. But y'all know how sometimes I can be off my rocker. But yeah, we're going to talk about that in the after show. We are. And we're going to do it as well, presumably during SML podcast. But if you want some early clips of that, Definitely be a member, a prescription member or higher. And you'll definitely catch all that tasty goodness going on right there. Let's get into the news because we got so many topics, Storm, as normal. We got so many topics to get into. So I'm going to pay the bills real quick. As you guys and gals all know, this is PNTS Network. This is a PNTS Network show, rather. And we have a lineup of great gaming content for all of you that are interested in gaming streams and gaming podcasts and shows such as this. Just go to pntsnetwork.com. Now, today is when we air the SSC podcast show. That is a show hosted by Project Storm and myself. That show airs every Wednesday. 2 o'clock is starting to become our thing. So around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday, we talk all things Stadia here. And for our members, we got a special show for our members directly afterwards where we may get into, a variety of topics. So definitely tune in here to this channel, this platform. It airs every 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Stadia Dosage News platform. On Thursdays, which is tomorrow, I think we're in a good spot right now. We're going to see because people are on vacations. Hopefully everybody's back. But we're trying to do a reemergence of the Commission Podcast. That is the PNTS Network powwow where we get together with guests and so forth now to talk about the latest and greatest in all gaming news. We cover everything, cloud, consoles, PC, maybe even mobile, all that good stuff. That airs on the MM2K Videos channel. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That show is, I want to say, once we get everything rocking and rolling again, it'll be every other week. But again, we're trying to get schedules aligned, so stay tuned for that. MM2K Videos is the channel for that. All right. Then on Saturdays, the aforementioned SML podcast. That is the show that is again hosted by Project Storm and myself. However, in that show, we get a little bit more interactive. You can call in, leave us viewer mail, voicemail, all that good stuff. We'll be able to talk to you and be interactive with you on the latest and greatest in gaming news. That show either airs on this channel, the Stadia Dosage News channel, or it alternates on Project Storm's channel. So be on the lookout for that and make sure you're subscribed to both channels so you don't miss a single episode of that. It's great stuff. Last but certainly not least, Sundays. That's when we got shows all over the place. First and foremost, there is the Stadia, there's the Revolutionary Storm, show that is hosted by Stadia Rev and Project Storm. That show airs every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That show alternates on Project Storm's channel or Stadia Revolution's channel. So definitely be subscribed to both of those channels so you don't miss an episode there. Then, when the show is back, my brother Project Storm puts on his Yang Meets Yang jacket, and then he co-host Yang Meets Yang of Gaming. That is a show where they also talk all things gaming. Very powerful, comical, just all types of emotions you get with that show. Check out that show every Sunday when it comes back at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, let me say something. That show is about to be back this Sunday if all goes well. We were about to do it. We were about to do it this past Sunday, but y'all know that was E3 and Microsoft had to do their thing. So we let Xbox do their thing. Yeah. But we're coming back next Sunday if all goes well, y'all. So stay tuned.
Okay, dope. Now, the first Sunday out of every month, Jack Deslip and I, we do a show called The Number Show for Stadia. That's where Jack breaks down the previous month's data. We go over fun portions of the show. Everyone's favorite, right? The Bad Journalist Award of the month.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that'll get the juices flowing. So check all that great stuff out. Fantastic show. Very popular show for the Stadia Dosage platform. It airs the first Sunday of every month. And Storm, I think I got through all that okay. Storm, let me shut up because people heard enough of me. Let's talk about you, my good brother. Since our last episode, what have you been playing?
Well, before I say anything, let me go through this chat real quick. We're going to start from the middle to the top, then back to the bottom, y'all.
Yes, sir.
You know how we like to mix it up. So we got Kessel running the building right here. What's up, everyone? Unitrix above that. We got Randy B. L Boogie is in the house. You know what I'm
El
saying? Randy B
Boogie.
is like, we in here. L Boogie, like, let's go. Then we got Ray Sherrod, man. We
Oh,
got
Sneaky
Ray
Ray.
Sherrod first in the building. He wasn't even trying to be sneaky or stealthy like Sam Fisher or Solid Snake. But he's in the house, man. So it's good to see you all up in here. Then at the bottom we got Andy. Then we going up to C Pro, y'all. Stadia Dosage News right there. Ron Slusher's in the house. And Junior Thanos. I don't know if I missed anyone, y'all. So we're gonna keep it going. But look, go ahead and share that thing out if y'all want to. You know, hit that retweet. People might get annoyed because they're trying to work, but hey, it's SSC time. We don't want people to miss it. So hit that share button, y'all. Get this thing on out there, and we're gonna do our part. So MM2K on another note though, I've been playing
Yes, sir.
a game that you really put me down with. You went out there on PS5, played Godfall, man, on PS5, and I said, yo, there's no reason this game should look this good. Now, I don't care what Metacritic said. I don't care what the reviewer said. I don't care what anybody said. Your thoughts don't stop me from trying the game. So I went out there. It was on sale on the Epic Game Store. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that, man. So I'm very excited.
Okay.
You know, it's beautiful. I just dropped a video, man. 8K, 4K in the same stream on the same PC, You know, I'm always doing something, bro. If I'm not blowing my PC up or something, if I'm not making something smoke, then I need to do better.
You ain't trying hard enough.
I'm not trying hard enough, man. I got to make something smoke out here for y'all, you know? So I run Stadia all day long, you know. I play that at 4K while I'm streaming, while I'm watching a chat in 4K, sometimes with two windows of 4K chat open at the same time. I mix it all up, y'all. I've tried Stadia on Shadow PC or Shadow. I ran it through the Xbox One X through the HDMI port. I played Stadia so many different ways, man. But I'm telling y'all, there's nothing like being able to jump on Luna PC, my native PC, GeForce Now, and all of them, because then I get to give you all a better overall take on my thoughts on what makes Stadia first place. What makes Stadia so great. Now, I'm not saying Stadia, of course, natively is better than my PC experience with the RTX 3080. But when I can't get certain games working or some kind of issue is going on or I run out of hard drive space or whatever the issue is, then I start scratching my head like, yo, this is what it's all about. Because people keep asking me why I'm playing so many games on Stadia,
Yep.
And the convenience is just crazy. I do it now without even thinking. I do it subconsciously, man. I don't even realize I'm playing so much damn Stadia. I'm like, wait a minute. So recently, y'all been seeing me drop so many games on my PC. RTX 3080 this, RTX 3080 that. I've been trying to catch up because I feel guilty, man.
Yep.
So that's what it's all about. But so I've been playing Godfall on PC. I've been playing PUBG on Stadia. I've been hopping all around on Stadia. The Doom games, Doom 2016. I'm always going to be playing those. And that's pretty much it for me, man. It's been kind of light because I've been waiting on this package to come. Now I hear something pulling up in my driveway right now.
Yeah,
I hear this truck backing up. And I think that might be my 8K display. I think that might be my 8K TV, y'all. 8K 120 is my name. You heard? And making Stadia content at 8K 120 is my game. You heard? So let these windows down. MM2K, man. I don't know if you want to holler at the chat, but I need to get this TV in my house.
I'm gonna holler at the chat, and you go do what you got to do. I'm happy for you.
I'll be right back.
Hey, look, and y'all can't be saying that my brother's capping because y'all heard that truck too. I could hear them wheels, baby. That's what's going on, man. That's what we do. We love gaming here. Nobody that I know loves gaming more than Project Storm, and you're going to be hard pressed to find anybody that does more gaming than Project Storm. So I'm glad to see, and I'm ecstatic to see my brother finally getting his 8K TV so he can enjoy it, you know, and do his thing. You know what I'm saying on YouTube.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. I'm looking at the truck, so you can go ahead. We got a few minutes. He's the dude. My brother's on the back of the truck right now doing this thing. He has the hand truck. The dolly is ready. Okay. And when I disappear, you'll know. And I'll be right back, y'all. It's only going to take like 2 minutes to get the TV in the crib. I'll be right back. But it's great that it's happening in the middle of SSC.
Yes.
So stay tuned later on, y'all, because you know I'm going to be playing with that TV for the next 2 weeks. Woo! For sure.
Man.
And in that 2-week period, I'm going to decide whether I want to keep it or whatever. But I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, look, y'all. Well, I'll get into what I've been playing, which really hasn't been a lot. I've been playing a little bit of Madden, and I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk this past week. Even though if you guys missed the first portions of the show or didn't catch the 4-hour marathon, yes, I did a 4-hour marathon last night of open mics. I did a 4-hour open mic. Hey, look, I wanted to sit down with everybody. I wanted to talk this E3 community situation, which I don't think it's a big deal. It was a great thing to see happen because I think it's adding the clarity to the community, and it's really showing the community, okay, where does the person to the left of me and the person to the right of me really stand? Because I've done shows, I've created content where I've said certain things, and I've seen people go and respond like, yeah, no, MM2K, that makes sense. I get that perspective. I'm totally with that perspective. And I'm not saying that it's about following what I'm saying, but people pledge and say, yeah, I'm with this and I'm with that, right? Just for something minute to happen, and less than 24 hours later, they totally changed their mind. It's like they never said or never was with what they just said they were with.
Yes,
and
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was a lack of conviction that I saw over this time period that made me want to get on this mic. I said, it's time for me to get on this mic. And then end up becoming 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and 4 hours. But yeah, we're going to talk about this Stadia E3 thing. Not just the whole where was the logos thing, because to me that was a conversation storm that got overblown. But again, I think it was needed to happen because it helped create some clarity for us. But there was a lot of great stuff that was shown at E3 for Stadia even, and we're going to talk about that. But everything's good with your TV, brothers, and signed for.
Hey, look, I'll say this right here. I didn't even have to sign for it, man. The fellas were they were two cool dudes. They just put it up on the doorstep. I slid it in here, and that's just, yo, that TV is way heavier than my Q80T. I got the Q800T. Samsung, y'all, but this one right here, it might actually be a 2-man job, MM2K. But other than that, man, we can continue with the show, and I'll break it down. Believe me, people are going to be hearing about this TV for the next 2 weeks. Get ready for it. And if I decide that I want this particular model, because I'm definitely going to keep me an 8K display, you know what I mean? But I had to decide whether I'm going to keep this Q800T or do I want to go up to the 900 TS or whatever the case is. Or do I want to go Neo QLED? I don't know, people. But I tell you what, I'm going to be playing around. I'm going to be doing a lot of playing around with 8K and 4K upscale to 8K and all that in the near future. So stay tuned.
Yep. Definitely. So I was just letting the people know, Storm, that what I've been playing is playing some Madden, the old faithfuls, Madden, and it was playing some Cyberpunk 2077. I want to talk about that a little bit because that's interesting. What made me play Cyberpunk 2077 a lot more than I normally have is I use Cyberpunk 2077 as a great tweaker for my Stadia web experience. If I can get Cyberpunk 2077 popping and looking sharp, then I know I'm in a good place. And what ended up happening was, see, you try to be like your brother sometimes, but sometimes you just fall short. So I was trying to be like Project Storm. I was trying to do the Mr. AK the best way I could. I was following the secret sauce, and it was all good. But see, Project Storm he got that hardware, man. See, everybody can't do exactly what my brother's doing. He got that monster hardware. So I had
don't make him mad, man.
Hey, look,
make them mad. Now we're in a good place right now. We're in a good place compared to where we were a couple weeks ago, man.
I got
you. Keep simmer down.
Hey, let's stay on the good side. Let's show the good side of the thing.
There's positivity and rainbows right now. Let's go.
Hey, bro, the truth will set them free. Y'all ain't got what my brother got, and it's okay because I ain't got it. And I learned that the hard way. I was following all of his steps, and it was just one step in particular that I couldn't follow, which makes a huge difference if you got the hardware to do it. With that which is the hardware acceleration. I couldn't get the hardware acceleration to keep the frame smooth, so I had to turn it off. Makes a significant
I feel you.
difference.
You're not the only one that said that. So this lets people know that it's not a gimmick, man.
Exactly.
Hey, but again, we got to show Clive. Your spiritual advisor has spoken, man. He said, "Here we go. I feel MM2K revving up. Now, don't let me stop that. Let's go ahead and continue to rev up."
No, well, right now I'm giving my brother his roses while he's still here, man. I mean,
Storm they're gonna have plenty of time. They're gonna have plenty of time to hear about that, and so will you, bro. I appreciate it, though. I do appreciate it.
Storm really got that hardware cranking, and he's doing that magic with that hardware. I tried, and not to say that it's bad me turning my hardware acceleration off. No, it's still crispy, but to get that extra little kick that really like make your eyes go whoa. Yeah, I had to scale that back a little bit.
You're not telling people about the secret sauce. Now, we're going to be talking about a store demo and all that later on in the show, y'all. But I do want to say that shout out to Best Buy, man. Shout out to John Starr for being affiliated and all that stuff. I worked at Best Buy years ago, y'all, when I had the red Netflix cards, handing them out to people, trying to get them to try the first major streaming service that I was familiar with. And look at Netflix today, right? So, all I'm saying is, bro, in order for me to see it all, like I want to be able to see it all. I told you I'm a fake enthusiast. I want to know what it feels like to be an enthusiast out here, right?
Yeah.
So I need to be able to have the 8K display, man. So because somebody came by my stream one time and was like, "Yo, Storm, man, you got an 8K display?" I said, "Nope." He was like, "Look, man, quite frankly, you're wasting 8K." And I thought about it. I scratched my head after the stream was over, and I said, "Yo, I got to do something about this, man."
Yeah. Yep.
I can't be going out like that. Now, NVIDIA DSR is a great technology. See, now you're getting me started, man. I told you, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's continue, man.
Let's go. Because this is a great conversation. I want everybody, this is I was gonna call it the twerk work, but that doesn't sound right. I was gonna call it.
Not in the daytime. Not in the daytime.
But this is what we call the. We'll figure out a name. We'll figure out a platform appropriate name. But we ain't going with twerk work. No,
twerk work. Nah. We'll keep it theme related. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it. Hey, man. So let's go. Hey, we got a lot going on, people. Shout out to the chat. We got everybody that I mentioned earlier. Cherry Man Gaming, Chris, best in the biz. Chris is in the house, y'all. We're about to have some fun. G Millie is in the house.
G Millie's in the house.
G Millie is not saying he not coming in here talking about how sexy we are and all that. Something's wrong, man. You done told my brother to tone it down, man. G Millie, man, come in here as only G Millie can, man. He
can't help himself.
Hey, EFF is in the building. Now I'm messing up, laughing at you. Owen and the Fifth Element Elsa is in the house, man. It's good to see you all rocking out with us today, man. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot to get after today. Yep. I repeat, there's a lot to get after today. So stick around, people. We are going to give you our honest take on everything that's been happening. M2K, man, take over, bro. I just tried to help you out a little bit, man.
No, man. I needed that help, brother.
Work. Let's go.
Hey, look, the thought process behind this, Storm, was you twerking your settings, but it's tweaking your settings. It's tweaking your settings.
Don't let Rev. I hope Stadia Revolutions. I hope he's hard at work right now and not listening.
I'm not 100% for me being sick, so y'all gotta excuse me. You're tweaking your settings. All right, so we go call tweak work doesn't even sound right. All right.
Week.
So I like to go through this. I like to go through the rigors of me trying to be like my brother, and where I may succeed or where I may fall short. I like to keep y'all informed of that. But I fell short last week. But definitely, I would suggest at the very least trying to get a 3080 card. But if you can get if you can get all those settings set, oh my gosh, Stadia looks like native PC. It does. In a lot of ways.
Listen. Let me tell you what you really need to get. You need to get that Google TV. Yeah. You need to get that old retro Chromecast Ultra device. You need to get you a desktop out the closet that has dust on it, blow it out, and then go to stadia.com. Yep. And then you need to sign up for Stadia if you haven't already. And then you need to claim all the free games you can claim. And then you need to go over to that summer sale. And then you need to see the amazing prices that people keep saying Stadia games are so damn expensive. And then you need to call your homies that don't rock with Stadia and say, damn, bro, I think y'all might have made a mistake. Stadia is out here doing major things. And then what you need to do after that is you need to go do that research. Just go type in Stadia, right? Stadia 2021, Stadia Ubisoft, Stadia E3 presence, Stadia Store. Stadia, any damn thing. You know what I'm saying right now? It's so hot
sir.
and it's so great to be a Stadia gamer, bro. I just had to put it out there. So that's what you all do. If you haven't tried Stadia yet and you're stumbling across this podcast for the first time and you're learning everything about twerk work and all that, make sure you check out Stadia because I'm telling y'all right now, you can't get better performance in the cloud. And I have to say this, man. I have to for all the people that are like me, like in the chat who are instigating this whole thing right now. Like who was it? We had Randy Jr. I'm gonna blame it on Junior and Randy and all them today, man. So, but no, seriously. But Stadia works and performs so well, Now to hear all this news that we're about to break down in a few seconds, bruh. How can I go anywhere else? I said before the show, I feel guilty because I'm playing, or during the show, I said it before and during. I feel guilty because I'm playing so much damn Stadia. Like my Series X is right here on the right-hand side of my TV. All right. It's looking sexy, right? It's looking real like dope. The Tower of Power, man, it has all the holes on top of it and everything with the green and all that stuff, man. I can see it all. But why am I not playing my Series X as much as I play Stadia? Now I have a PC. I have one right here that streams these games that y'all see, right? I have a streamer that I retired ever since I found out about the 4K 120 hertz and 8K 120 hertz desktop setting. I retired my streaming PC that has a capture card, $250 capture card in it. The Elgato Pro Mark II. Now, why the hell, Project Storm? Why would you waste this money, man? That's what I'm asking myself. Shout out to Snow Money Gaming, my sister, PNTS family member. She said, Storm, you sure you want to do that? You sure you want to spend this money before you think? Because if you think about it, Stadia's already giving you what you need. It's already giving you what you want, Storm. You're happy. You're making videos. People are checking them out. At this time, right, I was like averaging like 28,000 views a month. And I was like, man, I don't understand. Like, I make these PC videos or whatever, but they're not getting the traction that Stadia videos are getting. And then, so now, of course, everything kind of simmered down because I have built my PC and, views. When you take a week off or a month off, everybody that makes content, y'all know how it feels. You know how it is when you see that line dip. You know what I'm saying? You see that line dip and your views dip. So, but I wasn't worried about that, y'all, because I thought I was doing something great when I got my 3080, and it is great. 3080 is a hell of a card, But now that I've learned that I can incorporate my 3080 into my Stadia experience, my GeForce Now experience, my PlayStation Now experience, my GFN, I don't know, like, because it's weird. I don't know if hardware acceleration is working real heavy with GFN because I don't know. It's just something. Like, we'll get back to that another time. I know they use that Tesla, whatever it's called, Tesla something. I forget which version of it is, but man, it's not the same as the performance I get on Stadia. Now, I'm saying all this to say, people, if you have a device like a new laptop or anything, there might be features that you can enable that can enhance your Stadia experience even more. I just had to throw that out there, but I'm ready to move on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm ready.
Try it. Don't knock it until you try it. And if you don't believe what we're saying, go look at my brother's channel. I mean, he shows you that he's playing these games on Stadia, but if you want to see firsthand the dip in performance, or the jump in performance rather, first go to my brother's channel.
It's so crazy. We got sources we could send y'all to on top of that, I don't want to forget about it. Like, you all probably heard of Mr. 4K Upscaler. He was playing on a 240 hertz monitor, by the way, and it's on YouTube. Let me know if y'all want that link. But this guy is up here because the Cat Patrol is out, and see, they're still out there. 8K 120 is mockery. There's 4K 120 laughter and stuff, snickering and all that. Now, shout out to all y'all. If you are in the know, and if you're in this community, you know that we had a little run-in on some. It was just a little disagreement that we moved on from. At this point, we moved on from it, to tell you the truth, right? But man, I will say this: this guy, Mr. 4K Upscaler, Cool dude. I played PUBG with him and everything, man. He had a video on his channel, and it was like on this 240 hertz monitor. And he set the monitor to 240 hertz, and he was playing Stadia. And he noticed that it felt very much like his native PC when he was doing it. So I just want to say that, y'all. Like, look, man. I really don't want to go into the depths of this whole thing, y'all. But listen, at the end of the day, it's about having a great experience on this platform. But I'm ready to kick it off. You're being nice, man. I'm ready to get into today's show because I have a lot to say to the people.
Well, what I want to point out too is that for those of you that aren't trying this, and if you have capable hardware, first and foremost, look at my brother's videos on Project Storm. Go to Project Storm on YouTube. Go check out the videos. Now, if you're not sure how much of a performance leap you can get by trying all these things that Project Storm has told all of us to do, go to Stadia Dosage Streams. Look at my last two videos that I've done there on Stadia Dosage Streams, or just the last two Cyberpunk videos. They're like night and day. You know what I'm saying?
Really are. And to the people that's really still confused, like what it's doing is like when you put your desktop, like if you have 120 hertz, 144 hertz display, when you change that setting to whatever the max is for that monitor, you're probably going to notice that Stadia feels more responsive. It's not that the games are going to be running at 120 FPS, people, right?
Exactly.
But you're going to notice that it's going to cut the latency in half. If you're having latency, it's probably going to cut it in half or reduce it to negative latency or below zero latency or whatever, if that helps you understand what I'm saying. Like, some people are going to think it's a gimmick. Some people are going to think I'm capping. Try it. And when you try it, please hit me up on Twitter. At the Nephophiliac, that's my handle on Twitter. Hit me up in the DM and say, Storm, how do you do that again? Or Storm, I tried it, it works. Yo, whatever. But I'm trying to help as many people as I can because a lot of people are still skeptical on the Stadia performance that we keep talking about. Like the experiences that we all share in these chats, every show that we have, and we're talking about how Stadia runs better than anything out there. People think that's BS. They really do, man. They still think it's BS. Like you hear journalists and these other publications and stuff like that, they're having conversations. Well, Stadia doesn't work that well for me. And then they get corrected by people on their own team. It's happened over and over and over, MM2K. Where Stadia, people are like, nope. The one thing I can't take away from Stadia is the performance is definitely there. But today's show goes way further than performance and I don't know, man. You got me worried, man. Are you ready for today's show? Are you ready to get into it?
No. Look, he asked me.
I know you want to highlight it and everything. I know you, bro. You always looking out for me since day one, man. But hey, yo, the people are ready to get into it, man.
He asking me if I'm worried, but you can see the enthusiasm in my brother's voice when we talk about this stuff. So it's great stuff. It's definitely great stuff. And for those that are trying to use it, it's good to let them know that if you are running into some issues, try turning off hardware acceleration. It might help you, like how it helped me. All right.
Or turn it on. Vice versa. Turn it on.
No, that first and foremost, turn it on at first. But if you're running into like stutters and stuff like that and you're having some issues, then you might scale that back first. Try there. And in all likelihood, that'll be your fix, I would presume.
But you didn't tell them about the secret sauce.
Oh,
are we ready to give that up?
No, hell no. The game is to be sold, not to be told. No.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Shoot. Hey, but with that said, let's get into it. Hey, let's talk about it, y'all. They said, hey, Storm, have you heard? I don't know if you ever heard this. I've heard it, but you may have not heard it, and many of you may have not heard it. Stadia is dead.
And, oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. It died. And the funeral services are going to be at this place. I got live pics. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me show you something. This is a live pic of the Stadia deathbed place.
Oh, wow.
It's called the Google Store. Here's what's happening, Storm, because we're trying to make sense of all of the Stadia naysay talk and the Stadia's dead talk. So here's what's been happening. Stadia is such a failure. It's a failure. I mean, it's grown 200% in 12 months in engagement. You know what I'm saying? It's become a better platform in
Mm-hmm.
its second year, getting
Mm-hmm.
more games, more of the big ticket games day and date, like
Mm-hmm.
Hitman, Outriders, Resident Evil, even
Yep.
getting a game already day before date, which is Little Nightmares 2. I remember we had that game as a Stadia Pro subscribers, and we had people on Xbox that was crying about not being able to get that game
But I could have
via Game
sworn that
Pass.
I know there's another one called Darksiders Genesis, I think, that hit the Stadia platform before like other places
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah, it's
There might
dead.
be a few more.
It's dead, Storm. It died. It died. And what the plan is to make sense to put everything all together in one little special pot. What's happening is they're having a funeral at this store. So they've laid this special ceremony in the shrine for Google Stadia at the Google Stadia store. So everybody that wants to see Stadia before it dies,
Hey,
come to its
hold on.
death place.
Hold on. How is it? How is it? The lights are on though, and it looks like they have
Hold
things
on,
set
let me
up
check.
in there.
Hold on, let me check my notes like you. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you know what? My notes might be wrong, Storm. This ain't its death. This is its emergence. Oops, sorry. Yes, these are the first signs, courtesy of our friends at 9 to 5 Google Storm, of the new Stadia quote unquote sandbox, which is going to be a new spot within the new Google store that's opening in New York. Let me just read these first couple of headlines in regards to it, and I'll get your thoughts on it. But before we do that, shout out to Vet Cloud Gaming with the $10. Shout out my good brother. He said, "When did Stadia die? I'm confused because my wallet and the almost $2,000 says Stadia isn't dead." Hey, I'm just trying to make sense of it all too, Vet. You know.
So are we, man. So are we. So don't panic, people, because you know damn well Stadia is not dying. We're on Stadia every day. Stadia has a summer sale going on. I mean, but we have to have some fun too. We have to have fun,
Exactly.
just like the naysayers. You know what I'm saying?
We just trying to make sense of it. But tomorrow it reads the first permanent Google's retail store opens its doors to the public in a project that the company has been working on since 2016. Since there's only one, with the company steadfastly not commenting on whether there'll be more, here's a tour of the site in New York. The lineage of the store directly dates back to pop-up and holiday experiences that Google experimented with from 2016 to 2019. What Google took away from the effort was how visitors valued high-touch interaction with products. Its goal with a physical retail space today is to provide an immersive and direct introduction to products. Besides demoing devices, Google also sees it as an opportunity to collect immediate customer feedback. Let's go directly to the Stadia, the Google Stadia. The dead Stadia. Stadia's dead.
Stadia's dead, right, man. And,
so
a Stadia revolution is here, man. He said it died it on day one. Stadia died it on day one. Yeah, man. I like the way you put that, for sure. On day one, it was dead.
Now it says that Stadia's Sandbox Space Showcase the game streaming service's flexibility by allowing users to switch between TV, laptop, and phone screens. Wow. There are even directed sound bubbles above to allow several people to play simultaneously. Ain't that something? Finally, the pixel area that advertises night sight, you'll be able to take low light shots against cool backgrounds and have the photos sent to you. And these are shots, my friends, of that if you're looking. So this is, I want to take in the background the actual Stadia Sandbox. Take a look at it. That looks cool. Storm,
What's
can I
up?
get your thoughts on this, brother?
I have a lot of thoughts.
How big is this, man? What are your thoughts on this? Share them.
We've heard about it coming a few weeks ago, and MM2K, man, it still hasn't died down. In fact, it makes me want to hop a cab or hop on a train or take that hour and 50-minute drive to NYC, y'all. Yeah. Shout out to Chariot Man Gaming, who's in NYC. We got connections. Shout out to Christopher Torres and all these other cats that's around the area or whatever, or in NYC, man. Knicks, we go hard, and others out there. What I need y'all to do is hop in the cab. And I'm dead serious. Hop in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
Or do whatever you got to do. Walk, drive, whatever. Head over to that store tomorrow, y'all, or whenever you can. Take some pictures in that store and send them to me. You know what I'm saying? Send them to me. I'll do the rest. I'll do the rest,
Yep.
man. Like, hold on. How can Stadia be dead when some of its members and those who love Stadia, its players, consumers, are in the damn new Google store that opened? I think that'll do a number on the haters right there. But anyway,
Yeah.
y'all, before I can get up there, why don't y'all do that for me if you can? If you're in New York City or whatever, take some screenshots, send them to me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This right here says so much, for the platform, man. Just like, bro, it's scary and it's sad that so many people see moves like this happening. I know damn well if I'm Google, I'm not opening up a store that's going to cost me millions of dollars to operate over time or whatever, and I'm trying to cut costs in other ways.
Exactly.
I have to go there, y'all. SG&E alert. Yeah, we just had to make a difficult decision. If I'm Google, this is what I'm saying. If I'm Stadia, you had to make a difficult decision at Google and Stadia, whatever, man. We had to shut down SG&E, right? However, we have not given up on this platform, and in fact, we have a new store that's opening today. Bang! But does it have any Stadia gear in it? Can I try Stadia? Well, you know what? Why the hell are you laughing? You sure can just go over here, make a left right there, and someone will be right there to assist you. What do you want to play it on? The Google TV? We have that. We have this is what I'd be doing if I'm working at that store. I'm definitely that's what I'm saying to all the haters and stuff, man. I don't understand how people still think they put timelines on it. 6 months, Stadia's dead. By July 2021 or 21st, 2022 was what I'm trying to say. Stadia is going to be down at that date. Yo, it's so we can't even keep track anymore.
Yep.
It's hard. It's easier to just get out here and enjoy these moves that's being made, realize how major they are, because they are major, MM2K in chat. Like, realize how major these moves are, and what it says, what it should do for you is make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Now, MM2K has told you time after time that anything can happen in the future. Anything can happen. Yes, anything could happen. We've seen it happen to Xbox. They shut down some of my favorite games, NFL's Fever. Yeah. Anybody remember NFL Fever and all those games from back in the day? Yep. NBA Fever and all that? They shut it down. They didn't care if I was crying on my pillow at night. They didn't care. It was a move that we needed to do for the betterment of the company. Look at Xbox today. They're number one. They're on top of the damn stratosphere. You can't even see Xbox anymore. That's how high they are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but people, where's the logic in this whole thing, though?
Yeah.
The haters are saying it's dead. The haters are saying Stadia. They hitting Stadia up on social media. They're adding, whatever, however you want to say it, depending on where you're from. They're adding Google Stadia and saying, Stadia, how come you're not dropping these? This is what I need you to do, Stadia. I need these games right here, the Fortnite. I need the Apex. I need the Grand Theft Auto. They're telling Stadia what they want to see, or else. It's kind of like,
or else.
What the hell is going on out here, man? Can you hit Xbox up like that and tell them what they better do, and they're gonna listen to you? Yeah. Can you hit Nintendo up and tell them you better reduce the price on a game like what is it? Like Octopath Traveler right now, Nintendo. You better reduce it right now because it's $20-something on Stadia. You better damn sure reduce it right now, or I'm never coming back to Nintendo. Nintendo's going to sit there and ignore your ass. They're not even going to entertain it. Like, so this is what I'm saying. I'm seeing a lot of this out there, man. And people can do whatever they want. Y'all know what I always say, man. Do what you want to do. I can't control you. What the hell am I going to do? Jump through your TV and control you? Hell no. But what I'm saying is this is how y'all look. You look weird. I'm just saying, like, you look weird out there trying to tell a multi-billion-dollar company, trillion-dollar companies and stuff, what the hell they're supposed to be doing. Now, I always say this, as a supporter, as a proponent of all consumers, right? I will say that. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna say you take your money and put it wherever you want it. It doesn't have to necessarily be at Stadia. And I think Google understands that. They know that the whole damn planet, it would be beautiful if the whole planet could just stop what they're doing to play Stadia. But I'm sure they know that they're not going to have everybody on the globe playing Stadia. But the goal is to get at least 1 billion of those people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least to hit that billion mark. But it's crazy, man. It blows my mind how much of this stuff I'm seeing out here. Like it's crazy how these moves keep being made. And I don't want to spoil anything because we have the rest of the show to go, y'all. This is ludicrous, man. Ludicrous.
I'm gonna say this just to maybe clarify our point here. We're not saying that, and again, like Storm just said, we don't want to spoil anything. We're not saying don't let Stadia know what games you want to come to the platform.
Yeah, that's not. Of course,
that's not what
we're
saying.
Vocal, but don't
because
be
you know that's
like,
what'll happen, Storm.
We need this right now, or else. Right, you're right. I'm talking about for the people that are saying, "Damn it, I need it now, or else." Like this,
or else, or you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Or you're gonna lose me as a consumer. Like, voice your opinion and all that stuff. Like I said, say what you want. Say what you want, but I'm just telling you how it might look. When you're like, damn, don't always be the one that's saying, I need this, or I'm walking.
Look, Storm, you got a store, right? It's called Storm's Chicken Shack, right?
I like it.
And I come to the store and I'm like, hey, yo, Storm, I like how you hooking this chicken up.
Yeah.
But bro, you gonna plan that you gonna sell some burgers? And you're like, oh, that's not a bad idea, but right now we just focused on the chicken, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I got you. Yeah. And I walk out and I come back a week later and I'm like, yo, chicken smells great. Where them burgers at? Hey, look, man, we just focus on the chicken. But Storm, let me see your receipts, man. Let me show you something. If you sold hamburgers and you did it at the ratio of 5 over and you carried the 2 and all this other stuff, this is how much money you'll make. Whatever, man.
Can I stop you?
Yes, sir.
Can I stop you before you get to your point? Hey, you can get the hell out my store and go to MM2K's Steaks and Fries, man. Get your ass out of here.
Hey, but
that's what I'm gonna say.
But Storm, you're being ignorant.
I'm sorry. I value my customers. However, you want me to do something as if you put in all the damn work, writing the business plan and getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, working all day. You're telling me what you want me to do with my own damn franchise, man.
But Storm, no. You see, you're not being consumer friendly. Listen, just hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Look, man, let me just grab your receipts. Let me go into your cash register. Let me grab your receipts and show you why you need to follow my business plan and do it the way I say. Because if you don't do it the way that I say, the guy with no shop, I can't go to no MM2K shop, Storm, because I ain't got one. So I'm going to come to your shop and tell you what the hell you got to do, or else your business is going to fail instead of me following your instructions.
Now, let me
or we just going to a hamburger joint. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying at the end of the day is, there's nothing wrong with, inquiring.
No, but this is how you say, MM. You know what I'm saying, man. There's a way to say it. I swear, if MM, let me give you an example. If I'm ready for GTA to come to Stadia, hey Stadia, I appreciate what you guys are doing, the hard work. You know, I mean, this is just me. Like I was raised to, you gotta know how to talk to people, man.
You gotta have tact. You gotta have tact.
So here's the thing, man. This is what I'm saying. Hey Stadia, you guys have been making big moves as a consumer. I appreciate it. I know you all are new, 18 months or whatever in. You're not even 2 years in yet. I know there's a lot of heat and everything on your back. Now, I'm not saying y'all don't write it up like me. I'm not telling y'all what to do. Remember, I'm talking about what Storm would do, right? So I'm like, hey, Stadia, look, I appreciate everything you're doing. I've been playing games on the platform. It works. I love it. However, I would like to see these things. If I could just give this bit of advice to be taken as feedback or whatever, right, Stadia? Here, if you could somehow get Fortnite on the platform, that'd be amazing. There it is. Like, it's different. See, so MM, you hear the tone in that versus saying, hey, look, Stadia, y'all got 24 hours, man. Hold on. You got 24 hours to deliver this damn game. You got 6 months to give me what I want. Now, they take that as feedback too. I'm sure they take the threats and stuff as feedback as well. Like, hey, but some of those threats don't even get responses, man.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you.
I pay attention. I'm just saying, or are we gonna call it like it is and say what we see? That's what I'm trying to do now.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, with Fortune 500 experience, The vulgar, the bullyish type of responses, they get pushed to the side. The angry responses, unless it's in response to something that the company has promised and they haven't provided, or
Like an
something
Xbox trying to raise the prices on gold and all that.
Yeah, unless it's something negligent that the company can deem negligent, you get ignored. See, I'm glad Storm brought this up, because this is something that I've been saying for the past year and a half. And something me and Storm really don't talk about behind the scenes that just surface while we're live on air.
Right.
There's a certain way that you got to present your queries, even your discomfort or your displeasure with something. I think it's okay to say, well, look, if you guys don't get Fortnite, I'm not sure if this is the platform for me. But you can say it like that. But when you say, you low down, dirty, rotten mother, if you don't get Fortnite in 3.7 hours, then we're going to have a problem. You're going to die. You automatically get pushed and you automatically get ignored. And you can rally whichever candy lollipop troops that you think you're rallying, but you guys are just going to be talking to a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? And even in the scenarios where I'm walking in the Storm's Chicken Shack and I'm trying to go into his cash register and trying to tell him how to handle his receipts. At the end of the day, if I keep asking Storm for a hamburger and I'm not getting it, then I need to go to a burger joint. You see what I'm saying?
That's all. That's all, man. We're not telling people where to go. Y'all know this already. Hey, you know how we do it here at PNTS Network, y'all. Y'all know how we do it on all of our shows. We can't tell nobody what the hell to do. You know what I'm saying? But look, here's the thing, man. It's so much going out there. It used to be Stadia's a lagging mess. Nobody's going to want to play it because America's not ready for it. The world is not ready for it. They don't have the internet speeds and all this stuff. It used to be that, man. It went from that to the performance just flat out works, man. Better than anything we played in the cloud. Better than xCloud. Better than GeForce Now performance-wise. And GeForce Now performs great, so does Luna. And shout out to Luna, by the way, because Luna has been very impressive. So I'm giving Luna a pat on the back for just having that performance part down. And it's scary what they're going to be able to do in the near future once they do turn up to 4K. So keep your eyes open on the competition, y'all. That's what I try to do.
Absolutely.
But this is about Stadia right now, so we're going to keep it right there for a minute, right? MM2K, when you're telling me what to do, it gets old. I'm up here planning the biggest surprises I could plan, bigger than Cyberpunk, bigger than Immortals Phoenix Rising, bigger than the good stuff, bigger than all these moves we just made with these TV partnerships and NVIDIA Shield and all of this, right? We have things big. And the reason I know this is because there's a guy, man, this wizard. He's like a wise guy, man. His name is Jack Buser. Jack Buser and maybe a couple other people from the Stadia side of things, they've told us flat out, hey, yo, man, now I'm just sounding like Jack Black. You get what I'm saying? You see what I did there? Hey, yo, Project Storm, I got you. Because, see, you have to understand what that scale is that I was referring to, Storm. You know what I'm saying? Like, Storm, if people knew, I told them, I said it in an interview, that we're going for, I'm paraphrasing now, y'all, because I can't remember right off the top of my head, but he said something like people have to just take into account the sense of scale that they were going for in 2021 and maybe beyond. I can't remember. Rev, somebody help me out, right? But definitely in 2021, y'all, this year, they already had this in the bag. But he was referring to what they're going to be doing. Now, look at all the moves coming to light right now, and it's only early. It's still late spring. It's not even officially summer yet. And me and MM2K has been telling the real people that the believers that come through here and say, damn, I just heard so-and-so say this. And this is not the start of war. This is it's fact time. You got some people who feel the way they do. And me and MM always say you're entitled to your opinion. I can't hate you for your opinion. But when you're wrong about something and we fact check politely or discreetly, then please don't get mad. I go back to the lab when somebody say, Storm, man, you need to chill with that 8K stuff, man. I think about that. I'm like, yo, am I misleading somebody? I don't think I am, but am I? You know what I'm saying? It makes you think, right? So what I'm saying right now, is for all the people that who tend to turn a blind eye or refuse to listen to what Jack is saying or Phil is saying, or what John Justice said before he left, or what Aaron Hoffman John has said, or what Shannon Studstill has said, and what so many people from Google Stadia has said, whether they're present or past, they're telling us what the hell is going on. I don't hear people asking for a roadmap anymore. I wonder if that's because Google said, okay, Stadia said, oh, well, we don't have to really have a roadmap like the one that you expect, but we will lay things out in our own way at our own time. And yes, so I want to say this now because I feel like I'm rubbing a few people the wrong way. I can feel it, man. I can sense it, right? But I'm trying to say it in the most honest way, the most like clear way possible, man. We can't expect them to cater to our every need. Not all of our needs. Some needs, yes, but all of our needs, y'all, that's unrealistic, man. So Jack Busey said, yo, I hope you understand the sense of scale that we're aiming for, or something like that, And then look at the moves we're getting. So then when 1 + 1 = 2, you can't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be like just amazed because we already knew this was the plan, y'all. Like the haters can't say, well, we never saw that coming because it was there. Yep. I don't know, man. This stuff right here is not for me, MM2K. Maybe this podcast stuff is not for me. I have to be real, man.
Shout out to Randy B with the $5. He says the problem is that the word patient doesn't equate to today's gamer. They've spoiled and entitled instead of enjoying things for what it is. Here's the problem. I think, and good shot, Randy. I think the problem is that to the credit to what Storm was saying, that there's a lot of stuff that people want in games, period. There's a lot of times to where people are saying, or will say PlayStation's running dry. Xbox running dry now. Xbox is on cloud 11 now. You know what I'm saying? But Xbox is running dry. PlayStation's running dry just because there's been a week of silence. And so they go to them in that fashion and they bring that same mentality over here. And then PlayStation answers them in a week, or Xbox may answer them in a month, or whatever the case may be, whatever. These are emerging platforms. And we're going to I think this is a great segue to just go into E3. These are emerging platforms. These are only 2% businesses right now. So to have that type of mind state, which really isn't always fair on the console side, and those are the premier platforms. Those are the things that get all the multi-plats and got their own studios and churning out games and all other stuff. So if it's not fair for them, how is that fair for emerging platforms? And that's all of the cloud platforms. That's only a 2% business that's still building. That's still building to get to that point. Like, for instance, going into E3 and expecting at E3 Storm to see a whole bunch of cloud logos. Like, I went on a 4-hour tirade about it last night. I'm not going to do that all again. I'm going to turn it over to my brothers shortly. But I just want to say this. You guys I always say this, and I'm going to say it ad nauseum until it sinks in. You guys got to either have the lineage or you got to do the proper research. E3 is a conference that at its heart is about helping not necessarily big publishers, but helping give a big boost to publishers, developers. So as game purchases happen at the holiday season, they really spring those purchases forward to help with Black Friday and all that other stuff. It started at the very beginning as just a trade show. Me and my homie John Scar talked about this as he was in the panel last night. It started off as a trade show where people would go there and talk to the Best Buys or to the Walmarts and then showcase what they were talking to Best Buy about Walmart at right there live at the conference, saying stuff like, we want to ship you guys 100,000 copies of Grand Theft Auto 3. Here, we're going to have a showcase in an hour. Here goes some free tickets so you can see why your Walmart is going to want to pick up these 100,000 copies in the Pasadena area. You know what I'm saying? That's what used to happen there, and that's what those showcases was for. They were for to help retailers sign those deals. And then they started letting gamers in. But then as things started becoming more and more digital, Storm, then the retail publisher relationship didn't necessarily need an E3. But an E3 was still a big push for gamers like you and me that showed up there or watched it to say, ooh, now I'm hep to those games, and those games are coming out soon, or it's getting my mouth watering for when the games are ready, but it's more importantly for the games that are coming out soon. Oh man, this holiday season, great. But if you're talking about a 2% business, a business that's not going to get a retail store out of the red or a developer or publisher out of the red, they're not thinking about cloud gaming right now. They're just not. Opposite of entities like Ubisoft that really did the damn thing and doubled down on Stadia, you're not going to see a huge cloud presence at an E3 right now while it's a 2% business. So what I'm saying to you all is going into a place that is focused on premier gaming and expecting to see a big presence from a 2% gaming market, all you're doing is torturing yourselves. You didn't see a big cloud gaming presence at E3, and you won't until it becomes a bigger portion, a significant portion of the pie. Like, for instance, Amazon. Amazon was there, and they hosted a show there. I think it was the Summer Game Show or something they hosted. But they did that because they have a game that they're going to market. GFN sponsored the PC gaming show. That makes sense. They're a conduit to PC gaming. Google isn't making any games. Google is getting third-party games, maybe some second-party deals signed up right now. But again, these developers and publishers are there for the most part to try to get themselves out of the red, or retailers are there to get themselves out of the red for the big holiday push. So therefore, they're not focused on cloud gaming. And we had this conversation before the fact. So again, trying to base what you see at an E3 as the determinant for any cloud platform, I'm going to go out on a limb and defend them all on this case, for any cloud platform, is silliness. But it's become symptomatic, Storm, and I want to get your thoughts. It's become symptomatic of what we're seeing with Stadia. Stadia has to fly or die. Everything Stadia does has to be at the most grandiose, magnificent announcement, or it's dead. Why is that? Why were people going into E3 really expecting a big cloud gaming, let alone Stadia presence at E3? What are your thoughts on that, Storm?
Yo, man, first of all, you just hit him over the head right there, but I want to elaborate a little bit, and I want to give a big shout out, man, to this individual right here, King Thrash Gaming, y'all. King Thrash Gaming. You might have seen him in the chat. You might be a member of the community over at the Roundtable podcast and everything that him and Sig Humor does, as well as Tronny. That's also a member of the Commission podcast that we do on Thursdays. That's hopefully going to return tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So stay tuned for that, y'all. But look, King Thrash said something yesterday in his video that I watched. I watched it yesterday. I'm not sure when he dropped it, but it was a hellified video, and I encourage all gamers to go and check it out, man. King Thrash Gaming, And I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up in the DM after the show and tell him that I highlighted that because it was powerful, y'all. So basically, King Thrash is a real PlayStation guy, right? Mm-hmm. Die hard, but he also tries Xbox. He has a Series X, he plays that or whatever, and he breaks things down. But one thing he broke down yesterday pertaining to E3 was the fact that, in his opinion, he felt that Xbox failed to deliver. He gave it a 0 out of 10, right? 0 out of 10. Now, this is just one man's opinion. I gave it a 2 out of 10, and I will elaborate in the after show of why I gave it such a low score. MM2K gave it initially, a 6.5 out of 10 or something?
Yeah, 6.5, yep.
Yeah, so I mean, so he was breaking down E3 and what E3 kind of like what it used to be. And then he said some key words. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's something along the lines of, man, this is the digital era. This is the digital. I want y'all to stay with me now. Close your eyes and imagine it being the digital era now. This is not the traditional era. It's the digital era. You're seeing digital moves being made all the time. Companies are buying into the digital way of life, or they're restructuring for that digital era and all that stuff, right? And so he said, why would Sony need to be at an E3? Listen, I know what you're before you get too far ahead of yourselves, but some people are gonna ask, or they're gonna think, but Stadia is new, they need this. But MM2K just told y'all why they don't necessarily need to be at an E3 event, right? Now, I've said this before several times, definitely on the Revolutionary Storm with Stadia Revolution. I know I've said it there, but I've also said it so many times over the last few months that I can't even count them. Google Stadia, Sony. Sony doesn't need to be there because Sony is Sony. Sony has delivered. Sony does not have to show up to another E3. All they have to do is drop state of plays, but make them big announcements or whatever, and their consumers will be fine. Why? Because they're going to deliver those exclusive games that the Sony PlayStation fans want, right? It's that simple. Xbox, for example, they went out there. They had to show off this time. They had the biggest showing ever because, boy, if they did not MM2K, it was going to be hell to pay with the Xbox fans first, not us, not all the people that's skeptical, not the flat out haters. I'm skeptical right now. You know what I mean? Because they didn't mention cloud at all. I was kind of nervous. I wanted them to get on the big stage. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this now. Xbox been in the game for decades now. They didn't even get on the big stage and mention xCloud or Game Pass Cloud Gaming, whatever it's going to be called. They didn't mention it. They highlighted it after certain game trailers and stuff. But that was a time for them to have a 5-minute conversation about the future. xCloud. This is what it's about to do this year. We're upgrading the server blades. We told y'all. All these games is announced, Starfield and others, you'll be able to play day one on xCloud. Here's a glimpse of it. Games running on xCloud. People enjoying it. Boom. E3, baby. Why the hell didn't they take that opportunity to do that? Well, it's because they could do anything they want. They're Microsoft. This is Google. Google could say, the Connect is back, baby. The Connect is back. Y'all thought we got rid of it. Joke's on you. Connect is back. Connect 2.0. Enhance. 1 hour show on this date. Boom. They could do that if they want to. But E3, you don't necessarily need to be at E3 because that's a time for people to get. And I know some people are going to disagree. You got the digital people. You got the traditional people. I'm more digital. Like I'm probably 90% digital. I don't want to see games disappear. I don't want to see people's favorite way of playing disappear and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, y'all. What I'm saying is I can accept the time. I can move with the flow of the wind, so to speak, right? I can adapt to the evolution of gaming because I don't know, like everything else, gaming has to evolve as well. Are y'all with me on that? Am I crazy? Let me know now, because it won't be the first time somebody said I was crazy if I'm, but this is what I'm thinking. And so when Thrash was speaking, I said, yo, this is it sounds like he jumped into my head and just stole my lines, man. Because it was the same thing I was saying. I said, damn, this is genius right here. So Stadia does not need to be at an E3. And I said this before. Imagine Stadia was at an E3 and the only thing they had to announce was, we're opening our new store. That would have been major. But Stadia, you ain't showing no games, though. Stadia. You didn't get Fortnite yet? Stadia. Did you get the Grand Theft Auto Online? Did you get The Witcher 3? Stadia? Damn. Like, this is what you would have been hearing. I know this for a fact because you're already hearing that now. Ubisoft has saved Stadia's life. Now, look, Stadia was already dead, y'all. I read something from multiple sources. I'm not just going to single out one. Multiple sources, right, have said something along the lines of Google single-handedly saved Stadia. The sinking ship, that was Stadia. Ubisoft, my bad. My bad. Ubisoft single-handedly saved Stadia, right? Right? Like, this is what we're hearing instead of the new store looks dope. They have
Mm-hmm.
Stadia on display. Wow, that could be major for that foot traffic or whatever that walks through NYC every day. That could be major for the people that can get hands on with Stadia finally in the comfort of a real setup like it's on. Like I don't see a lot of energy going into that, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that should be the case in M2K. So E3, don't worry about so much about E3. You don't need to do that. You can get this Stadia in the hands of millions of gamers overnight. The hell do I want to spend millions of dollars for at E3? Now I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah,
as the
yeah,
CEO of
yeah.
Stadia, I'm not saying Phil, I'm coming for your job, but I'm just saying
Now you up in his cash register.
Hey, Phil would probably say Storm, man. He'll wink at me. That's what he would do. He'll
Yeah,
wink at me
yeah,
with his right
yeah.
eye or something
Yep.
like Storm.
Give you
You're
a
onto
thumbs
something,
up.
man. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I know he would.
Yep.
Because this makes sense to me. Why the hell am I going to do? Companies are not in the business of losing money anymore like that, right? And yes, some people might say, but Stadia is bleeding money as we speak. Well, so is xCloud. I mean, on Xbox, Game Pass, or whatever
Game
you look at
Pass.
it. Still,
Yeah.
it's still. Come on, man. So people, you have to think outside of the box and the circle, maybe even the triangle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's a crazy world we live in, y'all. But I just wanted to share that part, MM, because that's how I feel about the whole thing.
My thing is that I think what it is, Storm. Now that and my thoughts are just filling my head right now. This is what I think it is, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, and trust me, I'm not. It's the gift and the curse, right? That Stadia has brought a lot of new people that were disenfranchised from gaming back to gaming. The gift is it has brought a lot of new people that was disenfranchised from gaming back to gaming. The curse is it has brought a lot of new people that was disenfranchised from gaming back to gaming. What do I mean by that? It's great that a lot of people now feel like they can get back into gaming. That's the purpose of cloud gaming. That's why this 2% business has a great CAGR. It's going to keep rapidly growing, and it's going to be something big in the future. However, the curse of that is there's not a lot of familiarity, lineage, and understanding of what you just said. People don't understand what E3 is. They think that E3 was just slapped together one day because people wanted to see games from their living room or they wanted to go and visit games. No, that is not the purpose of E3. The purpose of E3, it's still a trade show. Business happens. A lot less business happens now than it used to, but way back when I had a game coming out at the end of the year, or I had a game coming out at a specific date that I knew of, and I wanted my game in certain big retail chains, GameStop, Walmart, such and such, that's where we would meet up and we would discuss about that game being in your store. And to try to entice you into getting X amount of units for your store, they started letting gamers in. ESRB or ESA rather, excuse me, started letting gamers in. Start having showcases so retailers can see the excitement over these games and be like, okay, yeah, I want to sign that. I want to sign that. Yeah, that was the point. But like Storm has elaborated from Thrash, this is becoming the digital age. So now those conversations are being had without E3. But E3 hasn't gotten cheaper. It's still $8 million around that. It's been estimated to be $8 million just to have a booth. There are still different fees and stuff and associated that you got to give the ESA in order to do presentations and things like that. So what sense does it make for a Stadia to have a presence there and give $8 million for a booth or whatever when you're selling right now, because you're a cloud gaming platform, your selling is 2%. You could just have connects. You could have the same amount of effect with a connect if it gets traction without all the overhead. And lastly, if I'm somebody that still does benefit from E3, a big time publisher that's like, look, we really need this project to excel. we need a whole bunch of Walmarts to pick it up, or we just need gamers just to buy it digitally, and we want to come and have a showcase anyway. A 2% business does not help that need. So I'm not going to load up my screen storm with a whole bunch of logos. I want people to see my PlayStation, my Xbox, my Nintendo. I want them to see the logos that I'm making the big time money from. See, we got to understand the purpose and the rhyme and reason before we start driving ourselves crazy. That's why we had this conversation, Storm, with a lot of the community beforehand. And what did the community do? Y'all right. And went into this damn E3, Storm, and went 8-ish over not seeing logos.
Right.
We talking about, hey, Storm, we're talking about logos.
Logos, man.
Logos.
Not games.
Not games.
Not games. Talking about logos.
Logos.
Now,
not the fidelity of the game, Storm. Not if it's crispy. My brother about to get some crispy AK gaming on. Not that. Logo.
Logos, man.
Go ahead, Storm. Logo. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
I never even paid attention to the logo until Logo Gate started or whatever. Hashtag Logo Gate, man. I never even paid attention to the damn logos, man. But because so much focus and emphasis was put on it, MM2K, I couldn't help but I felt good at the Ubisoft. I want to go back to the Ubisoft event.
Yeah, let's talk about
before we wrap this up. Now, look, before we wrap this up, I got to get your thought, and the people want to hear it, I'm sure, man. MM2K, to me, that right there was one of the biggest, if not the biggest move that Stadia has made. Now,
that's huge.
Me, you, 6'4", shout out to everybody that I'm about to name. Chase.
Yeah, shout out.
Eddie, Link, all of them, whenever we was on Ashes, whenever we was on the Division 2, we had this dialogue. We were blown away by the performance of it and everything. We started saying things like, if Stadia could even buy Ubisoft. Now, not all of us say that, of course, but some of us had a conversation about it at times. Yo, what if Stadia could buy Ubisoft? Now, that was thinking extreme, right? But in the world of all these acquisitions and everything that Xbox is making and other people, Sony, everybody makes acquisitions and all that, right? Damn. But I remember myself saying, yo, they don't necessarily have to buy Ubisoft. This is what the partnerships are that they keep referring to. Partnerships, storefronts, or EA Play and others coming to the Stadia storefront or whatever, right? These types of moves would be huge. I said it so many times, MM2K. I wish I could go back and find an example for the new people who never heard me say it. But bro, you can't tell me this is not huge, man. Like Ubisoft. If any, like, so all right, so the Cyberpunk investment call, we remember that, y'all.
Yeah,
we remember the chuckle. People made a big deal about the chuckle, man. Not the chuckle. Not the chuckle.
Yeah,
but Ubisoft goes out here and says, damn, Stadia, we believe in this platform so much, we're going to do some business with y'all, man.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, Stadia. We got y'all. We believe. EA, the CEO, just told y'all what he thinks about Stadia and the cloud gaming. You know what I mean? So, but now we're going to sweep moves like this. We're not going to really highlight these moves. We're not going to dedicate, articles and stuff on how monumental this is for the Stadia platform. We're going to instead say that we're going to phrase that like it single-handedly saved Stadia's life.
Yeah.
Like, what does this move say to the other publishers out there? It says, damn, if multi-billion-dollar Ubisoft could do it, what the hell is the excuse for me? Like, for real. Like, are we going to let them get all that bread? Like, are we going to let them get all that whatever when millions more people get Stadia into their devices or whatever, or on their screens, however that is, we're going to let that piece of the pie slip? Now, I keep trying to tell y'all, I'm not a businessman. I got a college degree. I got a master's as well, right? I got a bachelor's and a master's, right? Did a little bit of business and all that, management and all that, right? So check it out. I will say that MM2K, I think people know where cloud gaming is headed. You have reminded them several times. You have hinted on the year 2023 several times, and other Forbes and other reputable sources have said cloud gaming will be jumping off by this time or whatever the case is. Or it will begin to take notice of it or whatever. It will be doing well around that time is what I'm gonna say, right? It will be doing okay. The needle might start moving a little bit. People might know what all over the planet by then would know what a Stadia is. You know what I'm saying? They would know what a GeForce Now is and what exactly it does. Luna, PS Now, all of them, right? But that was a hell of a move, man. That move alone should be praised versus ridiculed and questioned, don't you think?
Yeah, we got it up on the screen, Storm. Ubisoft doubles down on Stadia with Rainbow Six Extraction, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and more. Shout out to 9 to 5 Google. With Google's focus for Stadia shifting primarily to third-party games, developers such as Ubisoft take on a much more important role for the platform's future. Today, during its Forward event, Ubisoft showed its commitment to Stadia, announcing new games, including Rainbow Six Extraction, a new Avatar title, and more coming to Google's streaming platform. Let's see here. So we got Rainbow Six Extraction here. You guys saw that. Yeah. We got Frontiers of Pandora. So here goes everything. Major. Ubisoft's full list, Storm, of new games and expansion announcements for Stadia includes the following with brand new games highlighted in bold. We got Rainbow Six Siege, June 30th. That's in 14 days.
Man.
Watchdog Legion's Bloodlines. This is new gaming content. July 6th. The Crew 2 Season 3 expansion. July 7th, Riders Republic, September 2nd, Rainbow Six Extraction, September 16th, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Siege of Paris expansion, summer of 2021, Far Cry 6, October 6th, Just Dance 2022, November 4th, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora 2022. Let me see what more would state, and then we also had that Instinction. Well, no, we're staying on Ubisoft. Now, I just want to say this.
Yeah.
For all of those, no, we're talking cloud gaming. I wouldn't dare compare cloud and consoles at a high level. It's just not reasonable. But what I will say is when I compare Stadia to xCloud, these games aren't in xCloud. You know what I'm saying? But you can sign up for Stadia. No, you don't need Stadia Pro. You can sign up for Ubisoft Plus via Stadia and get access to these fantastic games day and date. That's huge. That's huge.
Major.
That's huge.
Any way you look at that, if that happened to any platform,
yes,
that was new and up and coming, that would be monumental, man.
That's huge. And we know that we know that some of these games are going to be available on, or not some of them, but we know a good portion of these games are going to be available on Luna, if not all of them. But I don't think Avatar is going to be available. They haven't said anything about Avatar. I'm not sure. It may be later, but it was announced. So Ubisoft is doing the irregular thing, Storm.
Yeah.
Of saying, even though E3 is for big business transactions to be spurred up, we're still going to let you guys know, and we're going to put our names behind this smaller portion to let you know that we're investing into the future, and we're going to boost them up. That's huge, and that can't be overlooked. We can't sit there and say, "Oh, Ubisoft don't count." One of the largest publishers in the world don't count? Man, y'all better get off that wacky juice. One of the largest publishers in the world don't count.
Why? Why would Ubisoft even do it? Now, we know that some people might say money, right? But isn't that's what's driving all of these moves, right? On any platform. It's about that money, y'all. So whatever happened, who knows? Who cares? Exactly. It happened.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
And it's a great testament to the platform. I get that through GFN, which is a conduit. Ubisoft said, GFN, yeah, you can, through your conduit, allow us to play, our games to play through your platform, whatever. But I'm saying for Stadia as a singular platform, like how Amazon is, how Luna is, for Google to sit there and ensure that out of all the cloud platforms, They put Stadia's name. And when they
Stadia.
normally defer to the cloud, they defer to Stadia. That's huge. And what Storm just said is if this continues to happen and Stadia continues to grow, others are going to watch. And it's going to mean big for the platform. This platform is only 19, 20 months old. And you already got one of the biggest publishers in the world putting the weight of its name behind it. You can't overlook that. What are we doing here?
Man, not to mention that they have their own storefront. Stadia does now. I could tell you this: you could play these games, some of these Ubisoft games. A lot of them on GeForce Now, right? We do know that. Since you brought up Luna, I'm bringing up GeForce Now.
Exactly.
But I'll say this right here: you need to buy that game on Steam or Epic Game Store or somewhere else to play that on GeForce Now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Stadia could say, "Oh man, we'll get this portion of the bread right here for each copy sold or whatever, each game played or whatever, or the subscription if they sign up." Now, who knows? Who knows how that business move is happening, how that partnership was formed and everything, man. But I'm just saying, like, it's just stuff like that that's just small. Stadia, again, it will be played on multiple devices by the end of this month or in the coming days. Many more devices. There's no excuse anymore for you not to be able to get your hands on Stadia. Like, you could try it. It's free. You could do it behind the confines of your own damn walls, man. Nobody will have to know. But I guarantee y'all, free speaks to people. Free 99. I'm telling you right now, you would eat what? We're talking about burgers and chicken and all that, I need to say. I don't know. You would eat a snake tail sandwich if it was free because it was free. If your ass doesn't have anything else to eat, you'll probably eat a snake tail sandwich, man, because it's free. So what I'm saying here, y'all, is that free resonates with people. It makes you want to try it. This is just, man, MM2K, I'm done. I'm done for the show, man. It's all in my head right now. I've been telling y'all that Stadia is preparing to take over the damn globe while xCloud, for example, is trying to figure out what their 4K is about to look like and when they're going to release to the public that they are upgrading their server blades if they could keep that timeline. Mm-hmm. I'm worried about why they didn't speak more heavily on xCloud or whatever, for example. And I'm using them as an example because I have a Series X. I have almost 90,000 achievement points. If you don't have almost 90K, you can't even talk to me, is how I feel. So when you're talking to Project Storm about Xbox, you better have more achievement points than me, or I'm not even listening to you. So what I'm saying here is we're talking business now. We hit Stadia over the head with the club. Stadia, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You didn't make a presence at Google I/O. Smart. You know what I'm saying? You got on the E3. You didn't even grace E3 with your presence. Smart. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no games. You're laggy and you're ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like they gets hit with everything. And your breath stinks. And all your players are dumb. All 5 of them. Even though Stadia has, listen, y'all, hold up. The Twitter account alone has 270 something thousand followers. I mean, if you go to the Reddit, that has over 100 and something K.
Yeah.
But 5 people and people weren't running with that though, y'all. Like, you gotta see. We should feel proud that we're on the most hated platform. I said it, y'all. We're on the most hated platform. It's no secret. Stadia is the most hated. Question is why? Well, maybe it's because of moves like this. Google's capable of making moves like this happen. Maybe it's because of that, y'all. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe because they had this technology that could just make everything else look dumb before the year 2022. Maybe it's that. I don't know, y'all, but I tell you what, it's making me want to play more Stadia, especially at 8K upscaled or whatever. Yep. Let's go.
Now, there was a couple of other games. I don't have them up on the screen, but there was Instinction. And shout out to the people at Stadia Source for having the interview with the developer. I think the name of the game is Extinction. It's like a dinosaur third-person or first-person shooter type game. And they were going over like some details at a super high level of, them trying to work with Stadia, get the game on Stadia, and they said they were open up to it being exclusive and all this other stuff. So it's just a matter of you opening your mouth, they said, community, if you and try to, get a lot of weight behind this game and stuff like that. So I just wanted to bring that up and to say that that's the way I think that E3 should work for us, even going into next year. It's going to take some time for like cloud platforms to be taken seriously and for our logos to show up and cloud up that, you know what I'm saying? Cloud up that whole screen. Right now, these developers, they want to make sure that their games are sold. They want to make sure that people know where to go to play these games as far as the money makers are concerned, first and foremost. I don't think this is like, I'll say this, Storm, real quick, and we can segue into the big summer sale and wrap up. I've seen behind the scenes. We're starting to see more and more stuff behind the scenes, Storm, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a testament to the community supporting this platform, the platform growing, and the people with access, or whatever you want to call it, having trust and faith with our ability to reach out to you guys, and we have reasonable discussions and conversations about things. So this is all possible, and it's kudos to you all that are listening on the other side of these mics. With that said, Storm and I, we're getting information and stuff at like crazy rates now, more than ever. It started happening like a couple of months ago. You know what I mean? We started getting hit with stuff, starting primarily with the well, I don't want to say primarily, but starting when the information really started hitting us more regularly. It started with the information we got on good faith about Alphabet doubling down on Stadia and so forth, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, there was information that I saw where Stadia was like about to put something out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit earlier than what the developer wanted themselves. Now, this is a game that's on Stadia's platform, right? So a lot of you argue, well, this is Stadia's platform, so they control it, so they control when it's released, right? So Stadia was about to release some information.
Yeah.
The developer was like, oh, no, don't you do that. And then and because Stadia was ready to release it, it kind of got in the hands of other people. And so as it got in the hands of other people, the developer went to the other people, was like, no, don't you do that either. So I said all of that to say this. This belief that you guys have that because it's the games are being released on Stadia's platform, that Stadia can unilaterally make the decision on when this information is released, it's not true. I think Stadia would love to have its logo at reveal. They would love to do that. But the publishers and the developers, they got other things in mind. Our true moneymakers are PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo when available, and PC. We want the people to see those logos first, because that's where we gonna make our money at. Y'all are investments for the future. So as we put that out there first, and make sure that people don't get confused of where they can play this at, then we'll let people know that we're available with y'all after the fact. So keep this in mind, y'all, before we start going ape-ish over logos at reveals and stuff like that, that the way that y'all think that it works, it may not work that way. And the best foot forward is what the people at the developers of Instinction suggested, Storm, which is, if y'all want to see a game, just say, oh, look, I would like to see that game. Hey, I haven't noticed the Battlefield 2042 logo yet. No, it's early, but man, we would love to see that game. We heard that y'all got y'all head down. Y'all head is buried down, ready to bring these games over. We're hoping that is one of the games, Stadia. So please, if y'all can make it, that's a way to communicate these games. Matter of fact, Storm, let's do a quick exercise.
I
if you don't
dropped you
mind.
something too before we do anything, man. I dropped you in your personal DM, man. Can you check that out real quick? I don't know if you can
Okay.
highlight that while you're talking about what you're about to talk about, but I need to touch on this today, man. I need to touch on it because for all the people that think like we do, who have heard us talk about AK-120 and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's that interview that happened with the Instinction um developers or whatever, right? The
Yep.
interview that happened. Now we don't have to pull up the interview, but I put a tweet out there is what I'm saying, y'all. Right? So I don't know if you
Yeah, I
see
got
it.
it up.
All
I
right,
got it
okay.
up.
So basically what I saw a teaser come from I saw the interview that happened over on Dual Shockers, as you all can see, right? So I said, in response to that, anything with 8K in it, you see it right there. I am on it. Y'all know how I am. I'm always trying to be ahead. Some people don't care about 4K. I do. Some people don't think about 8K right now. I do. So I said I need to learn everything I can before my 8K display arrives in 2 days. Now, of course, that was 2 days ago. My TV is sitting here right now waiting to be popped open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so then so I said, plus, isn't this the same team that hinted at its IP coming to Stadia? Do the
Mm-hmm.
math. 8K plus 120, and what I meant plus the future of Stadia. And now this team had mentioned in this interview, all right, shout out to them again. They mentioned something about there are certain instances. They use the word instances. Now my brain automatically fires off. Now the average brain, the haters might not be able to, they might not even give a damn. But my brain instantly connect. I catch that instantly. Instances.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Stadia has instances. What are you saying here? Stadia's talking 8K 120 in the future, man. Your game's coming when? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Stay with
Mm-hmm.
me. This is how Project Storm thinks. So for the
Yep.
people that think I'm crazy and I'm whatever, I be capping and all that. This is just how my brain thinks. Yo, your game's coming when? It's not coming day and date, or possibly it may not be coming day and date, according
Mm-hmm.
to what Stadia Source and others have dropped, right?
Yep.
Yo, if it doesn't come day and date, and again, so what I'm saying here is we can go back to that hype for all the people that like to come up with their hype and speculate like I do at times. 8K 120 was mentioned heavily in that article. They said something about instances. That's all I'm saying. It makes me think about this. So when it comes, I'm not surprised.
Yep.
AV1 codec is here, people. It is here. More and more people are jumping on board. They're integrated. It's already been integrated into YouTube. I've been watching AV1 videos for a while now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this tech is here. Now, if you look at the people you don't have to highlight the likes, but this team at Instinction Games, whatever, they were one of the first ones to like this tweet that I put out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, okay, there it is. So I just wanted to throw that out there, y'all, for all you people who saw that pop up. Saw that article that interview pop up or whatever, and 8K 120 was out there. I'm glad I didn't have anything to do with the MM2K, is what I'm saying. I'm glad it wasn't me that said something else about 8K 120. I'm glad it wasn't you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
We would have
y'all.
been fine. Nope, nobody would have said anything. We would have been fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is.
But hey, so let's try this exercise real quick, and we're gonna segue into the big summer things, and we're gonna wrap up. Storm, again? If we want to see Instinction, we want to see it come sooner. We want to see it become exclusive. They even toyed around with that. But what are some other games at E3 that haven't been confirmed for Stadia yet? That may be on our way, but just for craps and giggles to ensure that we voice our opinions and hope that they're coming to the platform. What are some games that you did see at E3 that you would like to pronounce that you hoping are coming to the platform?
Tell you one right now, hands all the way down from the Microsoft Showcase, y'all. That is a Plague Tale Requiem or whatever it's called. That game right there single-handedly has me ready for it to just be announced somewhere else, man. Like that is a game that I'm looking forward to anywhere I can play it. It's crazy. I'm so many people slept on it, MM. So that's one. A Plague Tale Requiem. I think it'd be a great game for all like people who don't want the shooters, who don't want the racers, you know what I'm saying, who don't want the RPGs and all that, the sports. That type of game, man, it's like an adventure game, y'all. If you haven't heard of a Plague Tale Innocence, shame on you. Mm-hmm. You got to check that game out. I know it's included with Game Pass, at least on PC. I know it is. but it might be on console as well. Check that out. However you can get your hands on it, play that game, y'all. Then you'll see what I'm talking about and why I picked this game.
Yep. Another. What's a couple more? Can you think of a couple more?
The Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield.
The Battlefield is definitely one of them. That's going to be third party. Stalker. I don't know if that's going to be Xbox exclusive right now, but Stalker 2. I played the first one on PC, and I was late to the party or whatever. But I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I never finished it for some reason because it was a taxing game at the time, very taxing on my PC.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
So I never finished it, right? But Stalker 2 looked very impressive on the Xbox, or whatever it was running on. Some people speculated that it was running maybe on the PC because they didn't really clarify what. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care. Thing is though, it looked hellified, and I want to get my hands on that MM9. I just gave you 3. I can keep going if you want me to. Man.
Yeah, give us a couple more.
Well, a couple more. I will say, Oh, I want that Marvel game. I want that. Straight from Square Enix. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy. I need that. I would like to have that. It's definitely a game that I saw and I shouted out Square Enix for a great job showing gameplay at their show. They started the show out with gameplay, and I love it, man.
Yep.
So
that was dope.
That's definitely another one. I'll tell you this right here. One other one I'll say has to be. I wanted to use one of the Capcom games or whatever, man, but I just didn't. I didn't catch the whole show or whatever. I did see this really one fighting game. Damn, can't remember, but it was a few more, man. So any other, it was just like 5 or 10 games that could have taken the last spot. But I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Okay. For me, Storm, and again, y'all let us know in the chat. For me, I would love to see Stalker. That's my number one game. I want to see Stalker. But see, the thing with Stalker is it's a timed exclusive. And from what I understand, from what we've been talking about and doing broadband bully shows, and I think I did see some literature on this, it's only a 3-month exclusive, from what I understand.
Okay, I did hear something like that. So I was confused.
Yeah, so that's it's a 3-month exclusive, so that's not long. So I want to see Stalker because that did look great. I'd love to see that on Stadia. Battlefield, just because it's Battlefield, but if it's going to be on there, let's ensure crossplay is enacted. You know what I'm saying? So I'd love to see Battlefield on there as well. What else? I'm just looking at what was going on at the Microsoft showcases. I really haven't been able to dive into much else. I would like to see Diablo 2 remake on there.
Oh man, damn!
That Diablo 2 remake looks dope.
Forgot about that. I never finished one of those. I played Diablo games, but never finished one.
Yeah. Now Hades, I would like to see too.
Oh yes, sir. All Hades right, that's my fifth. That's my fifth. Most definitely, Hades. I remember when Snow Bunny Gaming first said something about it. I was all on it. When I first saw it, she put me down with it. But when I saw a clip, she showed the clip, and I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So I do want that. That's my fifth game.
Hades, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna go like 5 and 6. I'm gonna say this Uden Chronicle and Rising game. Like they were JRPGs that they're coming to Game Pass next year and in 2023. I would like to see those come to Stadia as well, and they're probably already slated. I mean, again, we keep forgetting, Storm, that Stadia has 100 games, at least 100 games coming this year. This is before Alphabet doubled down on Stadia.
Remember that article we highlighted that was old, was already highlighted by some? It does say something like those some of those games are pretty much locked up, I think. You know what I'm saying? And it just takes a while for those games to get a release date. So, man, there could be hundreds on top of hundreds of games already being discussed right now for Stadia. Amen?
Yep.
Or there could be none, and Stadia could die right now.
And we saw the funeral proceedings, we saw the wake at the Google store, right? Yeah.
I don't think they would spend all that damn money to have a funeral. I don't think they would open that beautiful store to have a funeral on the block, man. I don't think so.
let's go to the chat and see some of these choices that were put in the chat. Let me see.
Did you
We
ask
got
them to put their
Battlefield.
choices?
Yeah, I see
Oh,
Battlefield.
okay.
Someone said I definitely want Battlefield in there. Um,
House of Ashes.
Randy
Clive,
Randy B,
Clive said
yeah,
House of Ashes from
and from
Supermassive.
Supermassive, yep. And they want to see Guardians of the Galaxy too. Yep, definitely. Definitely. Grand Theft. Hey, Joseph Friesinger said Grand Theft Auto 5 remastered. Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be
Oh, that
amazing in
would.
there.
Oh
Definitely.
man. See, wow. And then the sky's the limit. I mean,
Yeah.
who's to say that some of those games, if not all, can come to this platform
Yep.
when they are ready to come? You know what I'm
When they're
saying? You
ready to
have to
come.
open your mind. But like Red Dead Redemption was a launch title. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Red Dead Redemption 2, Redemption 2 was a
Yep.
launch title.
Absolutely.
Now they showed us at that point, and then they show us with Doom Eternal and Red Dead and all that they are
Yep.
capable of making moves early on.
Absolutely.
What the hell is going on?
That's what Storm. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
What
I
the hell
think
is going on
I
around here?
get. Look. Shout out to Nerd Nest. I was in the chat this past Sunday, still trying to recover, and me and Lloyd was chatting back and forth in the chat, and Lloyd and I
I
said
saw
I don't.
that.
I said I don't get the doom and gloom over logos. And Lloyd brought up a great point, a point that I've brought out previously too, where I said when I don't know if people remember my Resident Evil 8 video where I said, but people were all bent out of shape, Storm, because there wasn't a logo at that reveal,
Yeah, I
right?
remember it. I remember
And
talking on it.
I said I don't think it's bad for it not to be at the reveal or whatever it was, but I said once you get into the 6 week territory, then it starts getting dangerous, like 6 weeks before release, because if it's a big ticket game and it's a game that people will buy a console for,
Yeah.
that's not ideal, because if I'm saving up to buy a console, that's money that I'm not spending on Stadia. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean that's doom or gloom for Stadia. Stadia is still going to continue to churn on and
Right.
get the games, and then the people will come back. But you always want to keep building that revenue. You know what I'm saying?
Building
So
that portfolio as well of IP.
exactly. So to avoid that the best way that you can, if a game is coming, work as hard as you can to let people know prior to 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But then the game came, and it was revealed rather, Storm, that we were getting the game, and then we discovered that we were getting the day and date, and the game runs fantastic on Stadia.
Hey man, look, I gotta. Can I say something after you're done?
Brother, go ahead. Yes,
So
please.
that's a clear indicator of why state. Let me say this, people. The beautiful part about all of us is that we have our own minds,
Yeah.
right? We have the freedom of speech and all that.
Yep.
As long as we're not talking too crazy, it's going to get us harmed or anything, right? We can say what we
Mm-hmm.
want, and especially if we're joining a conversation like this great conversation today, in my opinion. Yo,
Yep.
I kind of like the surprises, but at the same time, I can definitely understand what the people are saying who are like, Stadia, please let me know so I can budget and save up for this IP. Please, I want to try this new game that's coming to the platform, but please let me know because I have kids, Stadia. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I have responsibilities. Please. So I get it. I can see it both ways. Me, I lean on the surprise part because and chat, if Stadia is saying, well, we don't have anything for February. Now, hey, let me say this, Clive and everybody. There's so much buzz right now about Stadia having announcements every damn week. Is
Yep.
that true or false, MM2K?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
look, if I don't have anything for July after this big ass June,
Mm-hmm.
then what am I doing? But would it be more wise for me to save a couple surprises for July as well and then light it
Yeah.
up July
Exactly. Yeah.
4th, light it up with a
Mm-hmm.
new game?
Yeah.
Like it would be smart. Like you
Mm-hmm.
keep that momentum going, like I said, they would do each month going to the end of the year. They're going to continue this momentum, y'all. I called it. We called it, MM2K and I,
Yep.
mainly me, because it was my time to have the show SML podcast. I had it on my channel that time. So I'm taking 95% of the credit. Look, I said it's going to be a big summer. Look what the
Yeah.
hell is about to pop up this summer, y'all. So many great things that we keep hearing about. Now, check this out. That's just the beginning because now we're talking about games being announced and logos being shown and stuff like that. But imagine you get a surprise. New people constantly coming over to Stadia. We know that because of the numbers show. Shout out to Jack. I ain't giving MM that much credit, man. Jack did all the damn work.
I don't deserve it, so that's cool. That's good.
Shout out to the homie, man. So they're telling us all these things, man. Like, yo. So people should be sounding like me, y'all. Like, I'm so enthusiastic, man. I don't even know what the hell to do. All this right here makes me not even want to touch another way to play.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm so wrapped into all this greatness coming to a new platform that I haven't really seen, because the cloud is still blowing my mind, y'all. I still had fun talking about it to coworkers. And I just had a phone call. I tried to let hear from one of the haters. He was playing Amazing Grace in the background. Called my cell phone. Watch Kenny die. That's the homie.
Shout out to Kenny.
He called my cell phone playing Amazing Grace and said, yo, talking like he was giving a eulogy or something, and said that xCloud single-handedly was about to kill Stadia because of all the announcements that Xbox just made. So there could be some fun in this, y'all. So if you hear us talking, don't get too like Doc Dark. Shout out to Doc Dark.
Shout out
1985, man. 1985 is the year. Doc Dark, y'all. Check him out. Subscribe to the channel, man. The bro is doing his thing. He's recently touched the PlayStation 5 and all that, man. And got the kids on with him. Doc doing major things. And just stay tuned, y'all. Just stay tuned, because we still be in contact with Doc. Yep. It don't stop. So here's the deal, That's all I wanted to say, man. I'm just like, there's just more things to think about right there, y'all. But go ahead, bro.
No, that's great to discuss all that and lay that out, Storm. And I'm glad we did that. I'm glad you did that today, because, like you said, I think we went top down with it, and we did it in decency and order. Even though I may have gotten a little elevated, but sometimes you just gotta wake up the membranes. Like, you started it off, Storm, talking about there's got to be tact to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're wanting games on the platform, okay, fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's a certain way that you go about it, because trust me, if you do it a certain way, you're going to get ignored. You know what I mean? And what I don't want to happen, and I know you don't want it to happen, Storm, and you on the other end of this microphone, is that you don't want to say, hey, look, well, I would like to see this, and I inadvertently get ignored because I'm sitting here being just tossed to the side between a cluster of people that's just saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Right. So, again, understand what the platform is. Be honest with yourself. Am I honest with myself? Am I happy to be on the front end of an emerging tech that's going to be the future of gaming? Stadia is not going anywhere, and I'll throw Luna in it. Luna's not going anywhere. Why? Nope. Because Google and Amazon both have streaming platforms that this is going to be a fourth wall to, and it'd be a tremendous fourth wall to revenue-wise. So regardless of the rate that games are coming, look, games are so easily portable to Amazon, right, Storm?
Yep.
How come we don't see an ish load of channels right now? We don't see an ish load of channels and all that stuff right now, because they're still going through the building phase.
Exactly. But I tell you what I did see them talking to a lot of YouTube. I mean, I saw a lot of YouTubers that I don't know who gained exposure because of something that Amazon is doing. So they're working things out in their own ways, y'all.
Yep.
They're working things out in their own ways, and Amazon is going to be fine, like said, because they're Amazon. Exactly. They can learn. They're going to take some lumps or whatever, but they're going to learn from them and hit that ground running next time that they land, y'all, or whatever. So the thing is, I am just absorbing it all, y'all. I'm so clouded. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. Like right now, I'm just high in the cloud, like I'm on cloud 9.
Yep.
It's crazy. I love it. I'm here. As long as cloud gaming is here, I'm here. It's only going to get better. Like Rev says, this is the worst version of Stadia we're ever going to see, y'all. I believed him when the first time he said it, and I believed him the last time he said it a couple weeks ago. That's my dog.
Absolutely. Before we close out, just real quick, we're going to take a couple minutes and I just want to throw this up there on the screen. So Storm, there's a huge Stadia sale. From what I
Man, Jim is
understand.
in the house, man. Hold on. Before you get into that, Froggy V is in here, man. You know what I'm saying? We got people
Oh,
that
Jim
showed
is
up
in the
to
house.
join
What
this.
is going
Yeah,
on,
Jim is in the
Jim?
building. I see Jim putting that work in out there,
Hell
man. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Jim's name is in lights. Yo, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. But I disrupted you. Jim, what's good?
Oh no, that was a much needed disruption. Shout out to Jim Bear Gaming. And Jim, can you do us a favor here? Because we're honored to have you come by, my good friend.
Hey, you gotta call YouTube.
Yeah, we got to call YouTube. YouTube. They already on it. Hey Jim,
Oh, okay.
drop a link to your channel here, please, so the fine people can see some of your fine content. If they're under a rock and they're not already subscribed.
Yeah,
But
Jim don't know. He might not have been here early when we shouted him out, though. He might not have been here, but it's good that he's here now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Storm, we got the free play days are here, where you can play PJ 2K21 free with Stadia Pro until June 21st.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a hell of a game. That's a great game to play on the go, just like Madden is. I love it. Even if you're not a golf lover, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't play golf or you're not into golf, the touch controls, the controls on the game are so easy to adopt and get used to that this is a great game for old fogies like us that don't normally use touch controls on phones. And it's a great game if you're sitting in a doctor's office waiting to be called on or just in the store or whatever. So that's fantastic. So definitely pick that. It's just a great game to play even at home. But then they talk about Life is Strange. Those games are going to be Stadia Pro games the day that they launch on the platform. Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. But if you don't have Stadia Pro, you can just go ahead and pre-order them in advance. They're $24.99 each. And then the Life is Strange Colors, that's coming. You can pre-order it now as well. And you can play that instantaneously on September 10th. And there's just a huge Stadia sale. I would click on it, but you guys wouldn't see what was in sale. What I will tell you from what I heard, Storm, I don't know if you can confirm this. I heard there's over 100 games in there.
Man, there's a lot. I went through them. Shout out to Club Stadia, Brian, man. Brian went through them. I know I saw his video this morning because, I content hop, man. I hop into everybody's stuff. You never know when Project Storm might be lurking or whatever, hitting that like button in your stream. So, but look, man, Brian, hey, he did a detailed overview on all the games and everything, and I learned a lot, man. I didn't know there were so many damn games, and we're talking about Stadia where you got to pay full price MM2K. Hold on now, y'all.
You got to pay $89.99. Yeah.
When you come over on Stadia, you're gonna pay the full MSRP for the title. You know what I'm saying? No matter how old it is. That's what some people really believe that. But then you have a big summer sale like this. You know what I'm saying? With so many games that you can't even, I'm telling you right now, unless you making Phil Harrison money, you might not be able to afford all the games that's on this sale right now. But there's a lot. There's a lot, man. I took advantage of the Doom Eternal Ancient Gods Part 2. I did that because I've almost completed Part 1. And y'all know I've been playing so much Doom that I might be featured in the next game. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah.
But yeah, so and we're talking about just that. That's gonna be overlooked. The biggest but the biggest sale ever on Stadia, right? I was gonna say the biggest Stadia sale, got tongue twisted.
Yeah.
The biggest sale ever on Stadia. And we're barely talking about it out here in the streets, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That is
so I don't
Storm.
I don't know.
That is crazy. And shout out to Jim for the $5 sticker. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support. Yeah, that is crazy that we're really like that. Again, this is where I kind of get agitated with these discussions. These discussions of, I don't know if Stadia is going to make it. They suck the oxygen out of the room when instead we could be doing things like promoting this sale to other gamers that would benefit from this. Not, I'm not a salesman for Stadia, but there's people that will benefit from this. And I haven't even seen my homie Wario's been doing a great job promoting Stadia stuff. I haven't even seen him put this out there. So if anybody in Stadia land is listening, including us, but primarily Stadia, you got to promote this sale on a more heavy basis, because it's not getting the burn that it deserves to have. I mean, this is maybe create a listing, maybe because there's not a listing out here. And maybe we should take the time, Stadia, to put a listing of the games that are out here. I know it's going to be a bunch, but damn it, do it. Just do it. Because this is a hell of a sale. It's a hell of a sale.
It really is. It really is. And that shows it's another smack in the face to the haters, man, the naysayers. Like, if I'm a naysayer, I'm giving up. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to hide under the bed or whatever, y'all. Like, I'm done being a naysayer. If I'm a hater at this point in Stadia's life cycle, I'm done. Because I'm just out here looking crazy. Yep. Like I'm serious. Every time they build up momentum, Stadia comes out and just nonchalantly knocks it down, man. Like they keep making moves at Stadia, y'all. Google Stadia. It's not a surprise why they're continuing to get more users on this platform. There's not a surprise why people keep talking still to this day about how Stadia got them back into gaming. There's no secret, y'all, because these are the things that we see out here. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you're in tune to the streets or social media. Yep. Like, you see that people are still getting their free Chromecast Ultras or their Premier Editions or whatever. Like, even somebody just shout you and Jack out, I think. Who was it on Twitter, man? Did you catch that tweet?
It was Sean
L. Sean L.
Shout out to Sean L.
So, I mean, all these great things just keep happening. It's all because of Stadia, man. So, yeah, definitely get that sell, get that out there. You know, continue to advocate for your platform and everything, and all is going to be good, man. I love it.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Well, that's great stuff. And look, Jim even said, I didn't even know there was a new sale this week. Golly.
Yo, so many games, Jim. Yeah, I mean, it's like an endless amount of good quality games, too. Good quality. I mean, I could probably play every game that's on the list, y'all. Every game is on the list. It's crazy.
All right. With that, my friends, I think we had a hell of a show today. So we're going to wrap up. Golly. And we're going to get things primed for the after show, which, again, if you want to partake in the after show live, or period, really, you got to be a Stadia Dosage News member, and you have to be a prescription or higher member to catch the after show. All right. And this one is going to be a doozy, because we're going to be talking Xbox showcase of what our thoughts on it, and this is going to be a lively discussion. A discussion
that's going to have a lot to do with the cloud. When it comes to me, it's going to have a lot to do with the cloud. Trust me.
Yep. A discussion that we're going to touch on this Saturday, but you can get some tasty tidbits before Saturday. So you're definitely going to want to check it out. But before we do that, before we close out, Storm, can you let the good people know where they can find you, my friend?
Man, if I'm not out here lurking in somebody's chat, you know, Stadia, the great Stadia content creators that we have out here, y'all, that's still doing their thing. If I'm not there, you can find me right here on YouTube, dropping some of my videos that I make, sometimes in 4K, sometimes in 8K. So definitely check me out here. Hit that subscribe button. The subscribe button has never killed anybody. That's all I say. It's a red button. Just hit it. Same right here for my brother MM2K and the Stadia Dosage News platform, y'all. Go over to the PNTS Network website, y'all, and there should be some MM2K, man. You know what I want to say, bro. Stay tuned. We've been saying this for a while, but really stay tuned this summer, because we got some big things going, y'all. And then you can find me on Twitter at the Nephophiliac, you know, which means someone who loves cloud, and I love cloud gaming, y'all. I do, so that's why I came up with that tag. But that's it from me.
All right. And you can find me here on Stadia Dosage, doing SDO dailies, things of the sort. You can also find me creating content. We're going to be doing it again this week. We finally got my wife's schedule together, and things are going to be, back to normal starting the latter end of this week with Stadia Dosage streams. I got some Cyberpunk stuff that I want to share with y'all and all that other good stuff. So check me out on Stadia Dosage streams, and you can check me out on the MM2K videos channel as well. With that said, thank you all for joining us. I just dropped the link. And if you are a member and you just stay tuned, it's automatically going to take you there. But if you run into any problems, there goes a direct link. We'll see the members there on the after show. But for everyone else, have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.
See y'all later.